So we're in
Delaware City. Once
yeah,
again.
yeah, we are. I'm Rick,
I'm Jen.
and Jen is the case manager, and she is the hub of the whole team. So now we got her on film, and it's great. Dee can't make it; she's on extended leave for now, but Dee will be back. She normally takes Wendy's place, but instead I have my case manager on film, which is always a delight. There you go. There you go. So we're at this old house here. The people called us up several months ago and said they had paranormal things going on. So we're going to see them. They seem very, very nice. The house was built
1886.
1886. Anyway, so let's go in and see what these people have to say.
Absolutely.
All right.
See if we can tell Steve.
All right. Meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You very, very warm hands. It's kind of cold
Nice to meet you.
outside.
Yes,
isn't
it is. Very.
Let me squeeze over here between you guys.
Okay.
If you don't mind. All right. So, how long have you owned this house?
And we've been here since May of 2012.
Okay.
So it's been about, what, 8 months,
Yes.
9 months, something like that.
Okay. All right. All right. And it's a very, very, very old house.
1886.
Okay. So we mentioned that a lot of wood may be here from the fort.
Yeah.
Along this stuff, and they confiscated the stuff that was just laying around. Why not?
Yeah,
You know,
I
take
didn't
it
know
and
that.
use it and stuff. So yeah, it could be some of the pieces of the fort is here. So and this is the main room here.
Yes,
Yes.
this is the living room.
Okay. All right. What stories do you have about this room here?
This particular room, from sitting on this couch and then coming back from this area, there seems to be a lot of people that have come to visit, sense something about this corner, something uneasy or off.
Right here.
And right over here. And then while sitting on this couch one day, my daughter was on one side of me, Stephen was on the other, and I was tapped on my right shoulder.
So you actually tapped, like once or twice?
No, it was just like this. I'll show you. Just like that.
Twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course I turned right away to see if it was my daughter, but both hands were on her cell phone. She was, texting a mile a minute. So,
Wow. So that's all that's happened in this room, the tap
Right,
and
and-
people being creeped out here.
right.
Okay.
And probably about 75% of the furnishings in here are were my grandparents. They belong to them from their
In,
house.
in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, let's go on to the next room.
Okay.
So what room is this?
This is our dining room.
Okay.
And-
Judging by the table, I can
Right.
see why.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of activity that I've experienced or that I've heard anyone experience when we're in here. When we moved in, I guess probably the first month or so we were here, we noticed a lot of stuff would go missing, and it was little stuff, like you set a ring down or a bracelet, jewelry, cell phones, keys. If you set them down somewhere, when you went back to where you thought you put it, it wasn't there. Like a lot of stuff ended up on that fireplace.
So things
slate
were
there.
moved around in here at times.
Yeah.
Why don't we get something for them to move
Put some
around?
things on the table.
Put some things on the table here.
Yep.
Also, we're right here by the steps. And the steps goes all the way up. It's a three floor.
Yes.
And these steps here, you can tell stories about the steps. Kind of just get it all in as far as the steps concerned.
Okay.
Every floor has heard something on the steps.
Correct.
Footsteps.
Footsteps.
Can you
boots.
explain?
Well, usually it starts out, you hear a door open and slam, which sounds like this door when you're upstairs.
Right.
And then you hear boots pretty hard hitting like a man's.
Like boots.
Yeah, like work boots going up and down the steps. All the floors up there are wooden, so you can hear it walk through the room that leads to the third floor,
Right.
up those steps.
Right.
And it without fail, it usually happens, I would say, probably almost every day.
And we're in the kitchen, and you have a few stories from in here?
Yes, I do. It was late one night, it was after midnight, and everyone else in the house was asleep. And I wasn't able to sleep, so I thought I'd do a little bit of cleaning. And I was standing over the sink doing the dishes, and I kept hearing or more or less feeling, I guess, something was behind me. Like I was expecting my daughter or Steven to, be raiding the refrigerator when I turned around. Of course, no one was there when I looked. And it happened probably 4 or 5 times that I kept doing this, to the point where it raised the hair on the back of my neck and gave me goosebumps and everything. But then I heard this door. This is our pantry, all our junk food's in here. And I kept hearing that noise.
Distinct creak to it.
Right.
What room is this?
This is the master bedroom. This is our bedroom where we sleep.
Okay.
And for a period of time, I slept on this side of the bed. And in the middle of the night, I have difficulty sleeping, so I'm awake at night more than I'm asleep. But I would hear the sound of whispering coming from this area here, like within the doorway. And I wasn't able to make out whether it was male or female, whether it was an adult or a child.
We'll put a stationary there for sure.
Okay.
That way we can hear
But like
anything in this.
2 separate voices, like a conversation?
Yeah, like something was going back and forth. I wasn't able to make out words. I could just hear somebody, and it was to the point where I'd mute the TV and try to really listen, and I'd get up and try to find out where it was coming from, but just was never able to find it. I think it was coming from out there, and then I'd get out there, and it would sound like it was coming from in here, so I was just never able to catch up with it. We've had several reports from visitors here that say after they're done using the bathroom, they almost feel a sense of urgency that somebody's behind them rushing them out. And as they're walking down the hallway, they get a sense that somebody's literally right on their back. And it makes them uneasy, and they come downstairs, usually pretty pale and saying, something just followed me down the hallway or out of the bathroom.
Wow.
So,
How many people has that happened to?
2.
Two?
My sister, my mother.
3 people.
Three
yes.
people?
Mhm.
Wow.
Bedroom?
Yes, this is my daughter's room. We're on the 3rd floor. And she's had some experiences up here. She spends pretty much all of her time when she's here with me up in this room. I'll start first here with her bathroom. She was getting ready one day. I was sort of hurrying her along, and she came running downstairs like a bat out of hell and said that her shower door had popped open by itself. Made a really loud popping noise, and it just jarred open, and she didn't even close it or do anything. She just came running downstairs.
Yeah,
So.
you had showed us the door. You kind of have to lift it up. And
Yes,
there's a lip on the bottom. So
there's a
it's not
lip on the
something
bottom,
else.
Yep.
and also it's bent, so it really takes a lot of effort to get it open and closed.
That's enough to scare her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she was terrified. The other story is she was sitting in bed one night, and she had her earphones on. She was starting to drift off to sleep, and she was woken up by somebody tapping her on her head. And it wasn't just one tap; it was 2 or 3. And then she would just kind of like maybe thought something was hitting her and just kind of brushed it away. And she would doze off again, and it would tap her again, like something was trying to keep her awake.
All right. Hey, well, thanks for the walkthrough. We're going to try to get something for you tonight. There's, I understand you have a cat, a very nice cat.
Yes.
But on investigations, cats are no good, and wind chimes are no good. There's 2 things I hate on investigation: cats and wind chimes.
Well, you won't have either here tonight.
That's good. That's good. So you guys going to go away for a couple hours? The house is ours.
It's yours.
We'll try to do the best we can and see if we can get something for you.
Good.
You never know. We never know if we're going to get anything or
Right.
not.
Okay.
But we're going to give it a shot.
Okay,
Excellent.
great.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Right.
See you. Mhm.
Okay.
Footsteps.
We're responding to footsteps that we just heard, and we think they're all the way upstairs on the 3rd floor. And it was like stomping noises that we heard.
Could you make it go up more? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I feel kind of nauseous in this room.
Do you?
A little bit. Yeah.
It was like someone came from my left-hand side and tried to push me over. I lost my balance. I left from down there and went to the kitchen and asked the question, is the person who tried to push me in the kitchen? And Jim has an EVP that says yes.